next bout, ladies and gentlemen, is in the amateur flyweight division. Please welcome first up, Hamza Afridi.
It's the flyweights, and these two young men are here with speed, athleticism, and precision, the first of which, Hamza Afridi, 24 years of age, 6 fights to his name. Paul, we both have a big love for the small men, the 125-pounders. The technical ability of these guys and the speed at which they show it is one of the most entertaining things in all of MMA.
These guys come, it's stand-up, it's ground game, it's transitions. It's exciting. It's very, very exciting to watch. Blink of an eye, and these guys are flying around the cage. Anything can happen.
Hamza, a notoriously busy fighter, great in all positions, good pressure, good killer instincts as well. And I really love this matchup here tonight. He's got a wealth of experience and moreover the motivation to come in here to the MMAC and display it all for the fans.
And he looks very focused there at the side of the cage. He looks very, very focused. The edge of him, definitely going to see some good stuff off of him tonight.
And his opponent, please welcome Ryann Hewitt.
And his opponent here tonight, 5'8", a giant of a man for the weight class from Birmingham. Self-described as being calculated, very sharp in the stand-up, very technical, and excellent defense off his back. But we're really working hard in his camp right now.
This guy's been working hard on his wrestling, his avoidance of takedowns, and some very, very strong stand-up.
I really think the package of what both men bring to the table, i.e. being well-rounded, but being able to mix combinations, sometimes that's the difference in staying ahead of where your opponent is reading where you're going. That's one thing Ryan's very good at, and out of UTC, those guys are as good as it gets as far as being able to provide all the different ingredients of MMA.
You need to have the answers. If you're a good striker and your opponent is defending against that, you need to make sure you can get in, take down. You need to take the fight to very many different levels.
UTC knows a very strong gym. It's time for the big one, 125.
3-minute rounds in the amateur flyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, standing 5 feet 9 inches tall with 3 wins and 3 defeats from Birmingham, Hamza Afridi. And his opponent standing in the red corner, 5 feet 8 inches tall with 3 defeats from Birmingham, Ryann Hewitt. And the action begins. Your referee in charge, Mr. Leon Roberts.
And when we take a look at the numbers, double the experience for Hamza Afridi. Both men similar in weight. Ryan a little bit heavier on the scales yesterday, identical in age. Both men are in it to win it, and there is going to only be one here tonight. It's the flyweight showdown here in the MMAC. We are happening in Birmingham.
Both men looking to take center stage here and strike, and they're straight off.
Solid jab to a right roundhouse kick. Great connection there from Afridi.
Hewitt looking strong though. He's looking definitely strong to get in the middle. Oh, and he's rocked. And he's weathering the storm. He's weathering the storm.
Huge combinations land from Afridi, and it was that piston of a right hand that lit him up like a Christmas tree.
And Hewitt recovers the storm, and he's got a few answers. Afridi's edging him on though.
I told you these guys had power and technical ability, and that movement-based striking that you're hearing literally crack as the leg kicks come in. I love it. They dance, they move, they show angles, they swap up on the combinations, down to the mat for the first time in a long time.
And Afridi looking like he's going to get the mount here. He's got to pop his head out, and we could see some vicious ground and pound if he can just pull it off in this position.
That guillotine, tough to finish from half guard. A risk for Hewitt to drop for that.
A big risk, and that risk looks like it's not paid off.
But sometimes that front headlock position being used to recover guard or get back up to the feet. So he's still got a nice little overhook there.
Very, very good position from the bottom. If he can pop out now, it looks like he's controlling from the guard. Afridi needs to base up, pass the guard, and get some ground and pound going.
And he does, TPing up there very nicely with some good pressure. I like the fact, though, that Hewitt is hiking the legs up to a high guard. Better stuff. It's early. They're not too sweaty, and he'll have good traction here.
Hewitt's definitely looking for a little bit of a setup here. He's getting the hips very high, but Afridi, and it looks like he's going to get a good armbar here from the bottom.
Excellent maneuverage there. He had a go-go plata option, maybe a triangle, but Afridi, a slippery customer here, and he looks to have avoided the worst of it at this moment.
And it looks like a little bit of a stalemate.
Shrugging off the shoulders, looking for the smash pass. Up go the legs. Triangle, he's got a triangle. He's got the halfway position there. He's in that diamond guard.
He's got to
pull that head down.
And he's got it.
The lock on, the figure four nearly there underneath the ankle. He's got to pull that arm across and get that choke.
Afridi looks like he can weather the storm in this one.
He's got breathing room right now, but the question is it enough?
Is it enough? And Hewitt looks tired. He looks tired. Afridi could be in trouble, but Hewitt looks tired. He looks like he's gassing on the floor.
Man, the clock ticking. Could this be a Cinderella story for Hewitt? He had a really difficult start to the round, but it was a golden opportunity there at the end, Paul. Not a bad setup.
Not bad for the first round. Very, very interesting. Second round's going to be even more interesting. Where will it go? Stand up or floor?
So, Hamza with a massive connection there to start off a flurry of punches. If you take a look at the replay, it was that connection which really made Hewitt back up and back off. But certainly, Hewitt redeemed himself by the end.
Hewitt weathered the storm and he come back strong. But the question is this enough time to recover for the second round?
And no doubt, Afridi also going to make some adjustments. I mean, he was caught in a bad way there in that triangle. I think they're going to make sure he avoids any engagements in the grappling. Keeps on the feet, throws combinations, finishing with kicks.
Hewitt will be looking to get the takedowns here. I think he's had some damage to his eye, and I think he's got a big, big cut underneath his eye, and I think he'll be looking to get this down.
Round two of a scheduled 3 here tonight in Birmingham, and it's the MMAC, the UK's Mixed Martial Arts Championship. Chris Hookster on the mic alongside Paul Dynamite Saunders here for the proceedings.
And Afridi coming out strong. He's looking for the big overhand rights. He's setting him up. Hewitt looks like he doesn't want to engage too much.
Noticeably, some evidence there. A mouse swelling on the face of Hewitt. Hewitt looks sharp, though.
Hewitt looks poised for action. He's delivering some big kicks, inside kicks, rib kicks. Afridi must be feeling that. You can see reddening up on his body there, and he's delivering some big shots.
Love that shifting leg kick, the way he steps very wide and then chops low. Afridi,
going for the takedown.
Stellar. That was the time to do it. He knew exactly when, after convincing Hewitt that they were going to kickbox, that's when you go in. That's when you go in. You get your opponent to stand flat-footed. Stellar.
And he's ended up in an exactly position that he wanted right now. He's got to pass, get a mount, and start firing some bombs down.
Sliding there into that leg drag position. Interesting here. Afridi on top. Again, an open guard for Hewitt.
Gets the overhook again to control.
Hewitt trying to recover here. I mean, he's doing a great job of using that instep to try and force his other leg into the mix, and he does. But again, looking for the knee slice pass. Afridi doing everything he can to try and slide away, clearing the legs.
Hewitt doing a great job here of surviving on the floor.
But it's Afridi who gets the pass.
Afridi just needs to create some space now just to start raining down some bombs. Hewitt needs to get back to his feet. He's looking in big trouble here. If he doesn't start moving quick, he's going to start to gas. Afridi closing him down, shutting him down. You can see that knee being set up to cross that belly and start getting in to rain down some bombs.
Excellent control here from Afridi, and this is being methodical. This is not rushing anything. Last time, he got a little bit overzealous on top and wound out on the wrong side of a triangle. Has he got a sub here? He's got a couple of looks on that arm.
He controls again, gets back to the basics, controls him, and dominates. And that's what's going to win the fight for him here.
Love the head pressure there. He knows he's got to stay really heavy. You can see the squirming from Hewitt. Very scrappy individual, but the pressure right now of Afridi.
Afridi looking to set up a sub from the top position here. And back to basics again. Domination. And Afridi looks like he's trying to create some space to drop some bombs.
But he's doing the right thing and not allowing Hewitt the time to create a scramble.
Could have set up an armbar here from the bottom.
Whoa. Nice stuff. Again from Afridi. Again, I mentioned the stellar decision-making of going in for that takedown. I also think it was wise there to save the submission attempt for the final few seconds. Why give up position?
Why give up position? And if you can wear your opponent out, and then just at the last moment when they're absolutely exhausted, you can take that submission. Very, very little resistance against the sub, more chance of getting it.
And we saw the end of another round here in the MMAC tonight in Birmingham. Hewitt and Afridi putting on a display. And surprisingly, Afridi going for that takedown and being on top. He stayed out of submission territory. I think that's important to take note of.
It's a very, very, very good game plan.
Three minutes on the clock here tonight in Birmingham. Once again, Afridi and Hewitt in the upright, exchanging kicks and punches. It's the third round, the final round in the flyweight showcase that's had everyone talking.
Hewitt coming out with some devastating shots there, some big kicks. And Afridi looking for takedown, but Hewitt's got a great defense there.
An interesting change of tactics. It's Afridi who goes for the grappling first. Wow. And we got to think that this is a man who felt ultra confident in the opening 60 seconds of the match on the feet. Afridi reaping that leg, looking for something here. And he gets the lift.
And what a reversal. Hewitt now in top position. He needs to get the mount and rain down bombs. Or keep side position and set up that sub. But he needs to put a bit more pressure down, a bit more pressure on him.
Shoulder pressure here, excellent though. The problem is when you go for mount like that, he allowed Afridi's legs to interrupt. You can see Hewitt thinking about that.
You can see Hewitt now, he's taking his time. He knows he's in a good position here. He's looking to set something up.
Possible arm in guillotine. The question is, does he have that chin strap control? And the answer is no. Now from our angle, we can see here, it'll be no good. And excellent stuff. Hewitt knows he didn't have it, and he gets right back up.
Right back up to his feet. And Afridi looking for the takedown again. He's putting the pressure, and Hewitt now needs to create some space and start firing those bombs again that Afridi does not want to take and will force him to go for the takedown.
Knees again from Hewitt. Hewitt wants out of here right now. This is stagnation. This is slowing him down. He had some momentum in the first part of the round.
Afridi's looking to set up. He's looking to set up the throw here, but Hewitt seems to have the answer. He needs to slip around, get the back, and he lands in a lovely position.
Hewitt certainly feeling the love on top here. And he's got time now for some punches. Vicious shot to the body. And again a hammer fist. Hewitt thinking about dropping for a leg. Afridi also got options here.
Some vicious punches there.
And those are convincing shots now.
He needs to take his time there and needs to take his time and finish it. He needs to work, push the pressure, and exactly be in this position and keep dominating, keep imposing the will, picking the shots, and making sure that your opponent feels your pressure. And
huge hammer fist coming down. And what a performance here from Hewitt to really put in a dominant round here to close out the third stanza in the MMAC. Afridi unable to improve his position or exit with a defense there. That was all Hewitt at the bell.
That was all Hewitt. Hewitt, unbelievable. Came back from that devastating attack from Afridi to get back and to change your game plan.
And I must admit, earlier tonight there were a couple of candidates for fight of the night. This might have been the one thus far, though.
I agree. Hewitt, excellent striking, excellent comeback from that grueling attack from Afridi.
And Afridi also making some good adjustments from confidence in the striking to exploitation of the takedown at multiple points. So we really saw it all here, folks. It was full spectrum mixed martial arts. And Buddy Johnson is the man in charge to give us the announcement here in our flyweight showdown in Birmingham here tonight.
After 3 rounds, we go to our judges' scorecards. And your winner by unanimous decision, Hamza Afridi.